So a couple of videos ago, I talked about two things that bothered me a little bit on my way home from a 1,200 mile trip I had with some buddies. And one of them was a windshield. I have changed out my windshield and I have put on a Klock Werks flare, 13.5. Yep, I know it's tall. And we are going to test that out today to see if it found to be the answer that I needed. Maybe give you a little idea if you happen to be looking for one as well. We're also going to talk a little bit about helmets because I'm collecting them and I don't want to because I can't find the right one. So to catch you up, if you did not see that video, I have always been a Klock Werks guy. I have always just liked the look of their windshield, and they have always done well for me. I've had them on multiple bikes. And that guy's okay or not. But back to the Klock Werks, had them on multiple bikes until I went on a ride about, I don't know, it was about 3 years ago or so. I was with some buddies and we were actually in the mountains in Tennessee. And I noticed that my Klock Werks did amazing. But as I was going up and over hills, I had to look through the windshield. Now, of course, you're supposed to look over the windshield, and I do. And on this one, it is a couple inches higher. Or I'm a couple inches above it, so it's actually feels good so far, but we will see. But one thing I noticed that there seemed to be a little bit of a distortion in the windshield, and there was a couple times, especially late in the day when I was coming up over one of those hills, I felt like it was a little bit blind, and I didn't like that. So I didn't do much about it until I had the opportunity to try a Freedom Shield, which I put on this bike, and I actually like it. I've had it for a year and a half until this recent trip, and we may be able to tie this into a little bit of the helmet situation, but I noticed on the trip, especially when I was doing over 60, 65, 70, whatever the speed limit is, that my glasses were starting to shake a little bit. So even though I felt that wind going over me, I didn't know what the heck exactly was going on. So I decided to come home and order a Klock Werks, and I paid for this. So I'm going to give you my true idea on what I think so far. I will tell you this is the dark smoke, which I was a little concerned about. Not sure how that's going to show up on video, but I will tell you what, I definitely like the look of it so far. But we really need to put some speed on the bike and really test out if it fixed the problem or if I just wasted $300. Okay, well, we're heading to a place that I can actually run the bike out so I can test at a higher speed. Let me tell you about my helmet dilemma. You guys got anything that you like collect too many helmets? You got too many hats? You got too many pairs of boots? You got too many motors? No, that's impossible. But I'm having this helmet issue, and let me walk really quick through the story. First of all, I've always been a full face helmet. I am now trying out an HJC. Is that it? Is that right? Which I think is a Harley helmet. I thought somebody told me. But I've always been a showy guy, and I have had a full face showy helmet forever, and always liked it. And I'm like, I really want to try a modular. I just do. It's hot. I don't know. Just want to try something a little bit different. So what made me think about it was I was at a Harley dealer, and they had a Harley modular for like $300. I'm like, what could go wrong for $300, right? And I put it on. I'm like, okay, this feels comfortable. I rode it for, I don't know, used it for 4 or 5 rides. And the same thing that had happened with my, started to happen with my showy full face is I started to get headaches. So if I pulled the visor up, or the helmet up, it went away. So I'm like, okay, there's just too much pressure going on. But then it was like, okay, now it's happening on the second helmet. And I'm like, oh man. Now I'm like, okay, go home, Google brain tumor. So once I realized I wasn't having a brain tumor, I'm like, man, I liked the Harley helmet. It was great for a ride. And then I started to get a headache again when I was riding. So it's just too much pressure on the front of the forehead. I know. I'm going to get my picture taken there one day. America. So that helmet didn't work, and I kept it. I had been riding with it for a while, so I had it. So I'm like, okay, if the Shoei fits well, the full face, let me just get a Shoei modular. Now, they're pricey. They're like $900. So I order one, get it to the house, put it on, ride it once, headache. No, not headache. I don't believe I had a headache on the Shoei. But I did not like the clasp. You know, it doesn't have the buckle thing. It has the clasp. And maybe it's just my big head, but I just didn't like it. It was uncomfortable. I sent it back, especially at that price. So I went riding with some buddies to Kentucky, as most of you know, and I used that Harley modular. Actually, I bought a second one, and because I thought I liked it, and sure enough, headache. And I'm like, man, go home again. Okay, no brain tumor. Talk to my nurse daughter. She's like, Dad, it's pressure on your head. If you pull it up and it goes away, don't worry, you're not dying. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm just like, I just can't get it right. So I have ended up getting this HJC that is, I don't know, it's not a very expensive helmet. So I am at that stage where I am trying like everything. Now, I will tell you, I know it takes some time for them to break in, because I feel like a chipmunk right now because this thing's really pressing up against my cheeks. But so far it feels good, so we will see over time. But I'll tell you, by the time I get home, I will know. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a little room here so I'm gonna catch up to these guys, but this should give us a good idea about the helmet.
So I actually had my visor open here, so I need to do a quick voiceover. But somebody actually sent me a message, because I mentioned this on another video, that maybe I was having a problem with my vent, because he says on the Road Glide the vents don't open all the way. And I had been playing with this one, so I'm not sure if that is actually my problem or not. So as I'm riding right now, it does not feel, or it feels a little bit better to me, especially when I am talking about, is it hitting my head? You can see me moving my hand. The air is definitely above my helmet. And if you look to the sides, it's also on the tip of my shoulders. I think they call those the hips of the windshield. So it's actually feeling better from a wind perspective. And I know one of the things that Klock Werks says is they talk about clean air, and that's why theirs are a little bit different. And I will tell you that the first thing I noticed was the radio was definitely much better, but I'm still feeling a little bit of that glass shake just checking out a new bike. You know how that is. When you ride by and you see a new motorcycle, you definitely have to take a look. But at this point, I've caught up to these folks, so I can't get going too fast. It definitely seems better, but it's still there a little bit. And I guess it's motorcycles, right? So we should love the air, and I do. I was just trying to fix that glass issue and make sure that it's not only going over my head, but is that air causing the problem or not? And yep, that's my dog Harley.
Well, the update is thumbs up for both the Shield and the helmet so far. One of the things that I like about the helmet, two things really. Number one, I need a boat. Look at all those people with boats. Focus, BoDean, focus. Is the visor release is on top of the helmet. I know it's kind of manual because this is a $1,000 helmet, but I got to tell you what, it works really nice. And two, and more importantly, is my head is not hurting. I'm as excited about that than anything. And the windshield has really been good so far. I'm glad that I definitely made that change. And I will leave links to both of these products in the description now. Remember, this is timeout number one with both of these. I'm always confident in recommending Klock Werks because I've had them for years. But for the helmet, I've had it for 50 miles that I was out with you today. But it is a good start, and I think I paid about $300 for it. I'll leave that up here as well as what I paid for the windshield. And yes, I paid for both of those. And if you're looking for something like that, go ahead and look in the description. Also, I leave all of the items that I have ever used and liked and had on any of my bikes is always kind of in the description. So if you're ever, I get a lot of emails about, hey, what are you doing here? Or, what bars are these? All that stuff is always in the description. For a while, I just pulled a lot of it out and just went with my current bike stuff, which is always at the top. But so many people have been asking me that I put that stuff back on, and there are links to that stuff if you have interest in that. They are Amazon links. So I do get a really, really small percentage if you buy that or anything else you buy off Amazon through my link, but it doesn't obviously change the pricing for you. It does help the channel. What helps the channel more is that you enjoyed it, because at the end of the day, that's what it is about for all of us. If you like to give us a big thumbs up, and we'd love to have you subscribe if you think it's something that you would like to see more of, and make sure that you are subscribed. Sometimes YouTube does that whole unsubscribe to people, which does happen occasionally. So make sure you're subscribed with that bell icon every time that a motorcycle angel moves. Okay, anytime I make a video, it'll pop up so you'll be able to see it. That sounded good when it came out of my brain, but it just doesn't work that way with me for some reason. You all be safe out there. Check on a friend, and I'm going to play you a little bit of my favorite ending music, and make sure that you see the credits of who made this amazing song for me while we check out some cool roads. You all be safe. Again, checking on that friend. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, dear. Holy crap. Now, what is that about? Okay, did you see that? Did you see that? Is that possible? You can't leave yet. I'm talking about a deer sign, and 5 seconds later, a deer, I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket. Help me.
Oh, it's time for me to check on all my friends, like the Wolverines and Lions for the win. Mrs. BoDean by my side, we'll take Harley for a ride. I love you all like I love